From Darrell K. Royal, Texas Memorial Stadium, this is the FX Game of the Week, brought to you by Russell Athletic. Tonight, it's the hard-nosed Wildcats from Kansas State taking on the 23rd ranked Texas Longhorns on senior night. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson along with my partner Charles Davis, and welcome to Austin, Texas, and what a year it's been for Kansas State. Here's a team unranked during the preseason. They've shown a flair for the dramatic in close games, and under Coach Bill Snyder, they have established a philosophy of toughness.
That's who the man is, and that's how he coaches. He wants hard-nosed kids who are going to compete every single snap, working to get better. And the guy who epitomizes that toughness is his quarterback, Collin Klein. In recent weeks, the buzz has gotten louder about how good this young man is. 24 rushing touchdowns already. He makes the big throws when he needs to. He is truly their leader. So Texas, they want to hit him early, they want to hit him often, and they hope that he carries it at least 30 times for a low average.
Now, when you look at the Longhorns, they come into this game banged up, especially at the skill positions.
And all freshmen. 2 freshman running backs didn't play last week. Malcolm Brown, Joe Bergeron, they're expected to play tonight. Wide receiver Jackson Shipley did not play. He may not play, so everything falls on the shoulders of another freshman. Their quarterback, David Ash, and his teammates and his coaches have told him, you're no longer a freshman. You're the quarterback at Texas. Assume the role. So tonight, they'll move him around, get him out of the pocket, give him some easy throws. 65% throwing completion percentage in the first quarter. If he does that, Texas is off and running.
All right, so much talent on the field this evening. That brings us to our Sprint Superstar Spotlight.
And if David Ash throws the ball, Nigel Malone wants to be there to pick it off. 7 interceptions this year, including 2 against Oklahoma. He's a finalist for the Thorpe Award, which symbolized the best defensive back in the country. And for Texas, their linebacker, Emmanuel Acho, this will be a run-and-hit game for the Texas linebackers. He had 14 tackles last week, 5 for loss, and a forced fumble against Missouri.
It's senior night, and these fans got a chance moments ago to say goodbye to some of the kids that have really given their heart and soul to this program.
Emmanuel Acho, an all Big 12 performer, terrific student. Cody Johnson, their touchdown maker. Blaine Irby, what a great comeback from a knee injury for him. And how about Keenan Robinson, Gus, one of the heart and soul of that team. And how about our guy there, our colleague, the coach, Tim Brewster's son, Nolan, down there hugging mom and dad. And the man himself, Foswit Fozzie Whitaker.
All right, time now to join the third member of our team. He's our sideline analyst, he's our coach, but more importantly, he's a proud papa, Tim Brewster.
Gus, you are exactly right. I'm blessed with 3 awesome sons, but to be able to spend tonight with my son Nolan, the last time he's going to be on the field here at Darrell K. Royal Memorial Stadium, it's palpable, the emotion, the intensity, being around these seniors. But guys, it's going to choke me up now if I talk much further about my son tonight. I'm proud of that boy.
All right.
And I'm thrilled to be here.
All right,
thank
Coach
you.
Brew. No, thank you. Nolan had to end his career prematurely because of concussions. He could come back next season and serve as a graduate assistant. Meanwhile, Mack Brown and Bill Snyder. Bill Snyder, 72 years old, 20th season, 2nd stint at Kansas State. What a job he's done. His team comes in with an 8-2 overall record, 5-2 in conference play, and what an electric 53-54 overtime win in Manhattan last week against Texas A&M. Meanwhile, Coach Mack Brown, 60 years old, 14th season at UT. His squad 6-3, 3-3 in the Big 12, and they're coming off a 17-5 loss in Columbia to Mizzou. And this series dates back a long, long way. 1913, but recently, Kansas State dominating. They've won 3 in a row. So ready to send it away, Anthony Cantelli, who had a great night last week against Texas A&M, and Quandre Diggs is back deep for the Longhorns, along with DJ Monroe. And this one kicked out of the end zone. So Texas will start at their own 20-yard line. So that brings out the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. for Texas offensively. They average 416 yards per game, 44th in the nation, 15th rushing.
And they want to run it again tonight, led by their senior left guard, David Snow. He's been the best offensive lineman for Texas all year. And tonight, let's look at another senior, Blaine Irby. 2 years ago, a horrific knee injury. He finishes his career tonight as a Longhorn.
So Malcolm Brown starts in the backfield. He's been suffering from a serious case of turf toe. Let's see how he runs early. Short drop. Ash throws it to the far side. Ball caught by Mike Davis. And for Mike Davis, that'll be a gain of 7. Malone with the tackle. Defensively for Kansas State, coming into this game, ranked 82nd in the nation in total defense. They're 25th against the run.
And they're prepared for the running game, but look for Texas to throw it a lot on first down early. Jordan Volker, a defensive end, is playing awfully well. In the middle, Arthur Brown is getting mentioned as an All-America linebacker. And back deep, Tyson Hartman, Ty Zimmerman, both had 2 interceptions in the game last year.
Second down and 4, and the true freshman connecting once again, as DJ Grant makes the reception and gets out of bounds. And for David Ash, it's very clear and very simple. According to Mack Brown, he told us Texas quarterbacks have to be leaders. He hasn't seen it as much as he has wanted to, and he wants a better performance out of him tonight as the UT goes into the Wildcat with Brown ready to receive the snap. And here's Brown running straight ahead. His forward progress should get him the first down.
And Gus, as you noted with David Ash, time for him to step up. And he did his job on the first series of the game. Completed the first 2 passes, made it 3rd and short, let them go to the Wildcat with Malcolm Brown assuming Fozzie Whitaker's role, who's out for the season with a knee injury, and picking up the initial first down of the game. That's Texas's plan for tonight. Throw it short early. Make Kansas State focus on it. Try and get the 3rd and short and use the running game.
First down and 10 at the 31. Malcolm Brown, the single setback. And they hand it to him straight ahead. And plenty of running room for Malcolm Brown, running between the tackles. Hartman comes up with the stop, the free safety.
And what this running play does is we see this side of the line start to clear things out. Trey Hopkins, 75. Mason Walters, 72. Snow, number 78, folding around. Saw right out of the gate. Walters with a knockdown. It brings up 2nd and about 4. So that's manageable for Texas.
Brown missing the last 2 games with that turf toe. He's their leading rusher. And they swing it out again. Incomplete, intended for Goodwin. And that brings up 3rd down and 4. And what the coaches told us yesterday in our meetings at the UT facility, they're going to try to get David Ash off quickly with a lot of short stuff.
And they did it on the first drive, first 2 plays of the game, and he completed the passes. That one was on him. He threw it behind Marquise Goodwin. Now on 3rd and 4, it's back on him again. He's got to make big throws tonight to keep drives alive.
And let's see if he uses his legs. 3rd down and 4 at the 37. DJ Monroe in the backfield. Ash fires, and he throws this one behind his intended receiver, Mike Davis. So the Longhorns will have to punt it away.
And the last 2 throws are on David Ash. He made Marquise Goodwin turn around on 2nd down. Then on 3rd down on the slant route, it was behind the receiver.
Well, that brings on Justin Tucker. And Tucker serves as not only the punter, but also the kicker. And this one, wobbly kick. Tremaine Thompson back deep. But it's fielded by Ty Zimmerman around the 30-yard line. So here comes the Kansas State offense on the field, the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. Total offense for K-State, 364 yards a game, 22nd in rushing.
And they want to do most of it via the ground again tonight. Clyde Offner at right tackle, 30 starts in his career. He's a tough guy. And when Collin Klein doesn't carry it, they want John Hubert, number 33, the sophomore runner, to touch the football.
Collin Klein, folks, what a story coming out of Manhattan. First down and 10 at the 33. Klein lines up in the gun. He fires out wide. Ball caught Thompson, and he's wrapped up and drilled Quandre Diggs and Keenan Robinson in on the play. Let's take a look at this Texas defense, ranked 14th in the nation, giving up 313 yards a game. They're 10th against the run.
And they need to be stout inside tonight. Let's keep the senior theme going. Keyston Randall, all Big 12 at defensive tackle. Senior Keenan Robinson back in the middle after hurting his thumb last week. And right down the middle, Kenny Vaccaro, Blake Gideon. The safeties will have to make a lot of tackles tonight.
Loss of 3 on the last play. Second down and 13 at the 30-yard line. Klein in the gun again, underneath, incomplete. Once again, it's Quandre Diggs defensively. Chris Harper, the intended receiver. But let's tell you something about Collin Klein right after this.
And both teams now coming out against type with their quarterbacks throwing the ball on the early downs. Excellent coverage by Quandre Diggs.
Klein last week against A&M carried the ball 35 times for 103 yards and a record-tying 5 touchdowns, including the game winner in the 4th overtime. He also passed for a career-high 281 yards and a touchdown with an interception. 3rd down and 13 at the 30. Klein stepping up in trouble. And Klein trying to get out of the pocket, and he will not. Emmanuel Acho coming up with the tackle for a loss. They'll credit him with a sack, loss of 2, and Kansas State will be forced to punt.
And this is why you have to have a lot of bodies around Collin Klein. He slips through the first one from Chris Whaley before Emmanuel Acho gets his shot at him before he breaks out of the pocket. He will make, oftentimes, he will make the first guy miss. There needs to be a lot of orange shirts around Collin Klein in the pocket.
Ryan Dorr standing at the 14-yard line. Quandre Diggs back deep at his own 30. And Diggs signaling for the fair catch, dropped it, but covers it up. At the 20-yard line, a 52-yard punt. Can David Ash step up tonight for Texas? It's the big question, and we'll find out more right after this. And welcome back to Austin, Texas. Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, the 5th largest college stadium in the country, fitting over 100,000 fans. So Ash, first down and 10 at his own 20-yard line. Empty backfield. DJ Monroe, a running back at the bottom of your screen. And Ash with time over the middle, picked off. Intercepted by Lamour. And David Ash throwing that ball behind the intended receiver once again, and Kansas State has the football.
Texas wanted to get their quarterback comfortable. Easy throws, maybe some runs early. The throws have been easy, but the accuracy has not been good. This is the 3rd consecutive throw that's behind the receiver. Receiver tries to make a catch. Ball's tipped up in the air. Lamour with the interception. See it behind him? Can't catch that one. That's too tough.
Emmanuel Lamour, a senior from West Palm Beach, Florida. And now Kansas State with the football at the Texas 16-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Klein decides to keep it, and Klein will pick up 3 yards on the play. But how about this kid? He's just 3 rushing touchdowns shy of Ricky Williams' Big 12 season record of 27, and also the single-season FBS record by a quarterback, Navy's Ricky Dobbs, 27 in 09. This kid has 7 100-yard rushing games.
Just his 13th start in his young career, and expect heavy run with Collin Klein in this situation.
Especially when they get close to the end zone. 2nd and 7 for the Honey Badger at Kansas State. The handoff, Hubert. And Hubert will get close to the first down. Jordan Hicks tripping him up after a gain of 6.
If you're John Hubert, the running back for Kansas State, Collin Klein is your best friend. Because in a normal offense, the running back is the focus of the defense in the running game. In this situation, Collin Klein is, when Hubert gets opportunities, there should be holes.
3rd down and short. Wildcats need a yard. At the 7, Klein pushes the pile forward. And it will depend on the spot. So Bill Snyder one of just 5 active coaches with 150-plus wins, joining Mack Brown of Texas, Frank Beamer of Virginia Tech, Steve Spurrier, and Gary Pinkel of Mizzou. And on 4th down, K-State electing to go for it. 4th down and inches. Wilson and Hubert in the offset eye. Quarterback sneak, and Kansas State picks up the 1st down.
In the red zone, they can be lethal. Last week against Texas A&M, 5 touchdowns and 5 red zone opportunities. Raised their average to the year to 69% in terms of touchdowns. Not surprised they came right back with the sneak. Your #1 runner, power play, getting right in there. He's 6'5", nearly 230 pounds, just wedges a small hole and picks it up.
1st down and goal at the 4. Hubert in the backfield with Klein. Last week against A&M, it was Klein running every time. This time they give it to Hubert, trying to get outside, and he will not do it. He'll actually lose yardage on the play. Great pursuit. Carrington Bindum there to knock him out of bounds.
Good call there, because the pursuit is what kept him out of the end zone. The block on the corner on Kenny Vaccaro, the strong safety, was really good by the wide receiver, Tremaine Thompson. But the pursuit got to the corner and headed Hubert off before he could turn it upfield.
2nd down and goal at the 6.
Expected to stay in Klein's hands on this play.
And Klein hands it off. Hubert, not much there to stop him. Jackson Jeffcoat, the sophomore from Plano.
Normally, this is definitely a throwing down. But when you've got Collin Klein in the backfield, that changes the ratio. So the Texas defense cannot overly load up and say that he's going to run it, load up against the pass. He could very well take off and become a runner.
3rd down and goal at the 5. They run the option. Klein elects to run it and will not get in. So a great stand by the Texas defense as they turn away Kansas State. Alex Okafor, first man to him, number 80.
Watch the line of scrimmage. Texas's defensive front wins this battle because you can't find a clear crease to run through. Good pursuit. Okafor coming down from his defensive end position, bends down inside and makes the initial stop.
So Anthony Cantelli last week 2 for 2 against A&M. Tied the game at the end of regulation with the 44-yarder and kicked a 38-yarder. In the 2nd overtime, this one from 20 yards away, and it's good. And with 7:10 to play in the 1st quarter, K-State strikes first blood. 3-zip. Kansas State taking a 3-0 lead. Collin Klein on the phone, 8-play, 13-yard drive after the interception by Lemuel. Eating up close to 4 minutes. Quandre Diggs, DJ Monroe back deep. And this one sailing out of the end zone once again.
I think that's a fair assessment. That would be a huge win for Oregon to go ahead and climb up there, considering Alabama lost also to LSU. But it's going to be a hair's split in the vote, guys.
1st down and 10 to the 20-yard line. Ash flings it out to Goodwin and the track star. Nice running after the catch. Let's go downstairs to Tim Brewster. And Coach, what are you seeing from David Ash?
Well, Gus, what I see, David Ash is not going to be perfect tonight. He's a true freshman quarterback. He's going to throw some balls behind. What I would have done after that last series, that batted ball for a pick, I'd have got those receivers together and had a heated discussion with them saying, hey, you got to help this young quarterback out. Make some plays, guys.
3rd down. Make that 2nd down and 4. Ash, rather, 3 of 5 for 15 yards. And an interception. Here's the handoff. DJ Monroe, 1st down. Ah, beautiful Pearl. As he spins, Earl the Pearl Monroe style.
From Winston-Salem State. Watch on the sweep. You've got to get the guys cleaned up front, and they do. Nice block at the point of attack on the corner by number 18 tight end DJ Grant, which allowed DJ Monroe to become a whirling dervish to the corner. Now, will they come right back and give David Ash another easy throw that he needs to complete?
Texas with some breathing room now. Ball at the 35, 1st down. Here's Ash handing it off. Malcolm Brown diving forward. And Brown will pick up on the play about 3.5. Trey Walker, the outside linebacker, weak side linebacker with the tackle.
So much focus on David Ash. Now can the running backs, can the offensive line take some of that pressure off of it? Coach Brew already noted he will not be perfect tonight. He's got to be somewhat precise, though, to give his receivers an opportunity to make a play.
Now Joe Bergeron checks in the game. Another talented freshman who's been nursing a very tender hamstring. And they sweep around the right side. Goodwin with running room, and he'll go out of bounds close to the first-yard marker. A 4-yard pickup.
We're going to see a lot of runners by committee tonight, I think, because the action just comes on a jet sweep, bringing Goodwin around, and he carries it. So already in this game, Goodwin's going to touch it in the running game. DJ Monroe is not one of their primary ball carriers. He's touched it in the run game. Bergeron has come in, but has not yet carried it.
Goodwin has carried the ball coming into this game 11 times for 133 yards. Now Ash dumps it off, first down UT. Nicely done. Lane Irby, the senior, making the reception, gains 5, and the chains continue to move for the Longhorns.
And that's a nice play by David Ash. This is what the Texas coaches want from him. Being able to get out, move the pocket a little, get him on the move, get it out to his tight end, and that's a nicely thrown football. Plus, he absorbed a little bit of a hit. They say that he's a tough guy. Sometimes he needs a hit to get himself settled into the game.
From the 46, first down for David Ash. Here's a handoff, Bergeron. And Bergeron will get to midfield, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter with the score, Kansas State 3, Texas nothing. The FX College Football Game of the Week will be back after these messages. Welcome back, Kansas State and Texas. Gus Johnson, along with Charles Davis and Tim Brewster, and today is just the 12th meeting between these squads. Wildcats lead the series 6-5 and have won 3 in a row, including last year's 39-14 decision in Manhattan. Mack Brown showed his team the tape, told them they were out physical, and challenged them to come and play physical football against some tough customers this evening. Here's Ash running the ball, and he will find room. Trey Walker with the tackle, and he'll gain a couple.
Interesting, what you just talked about, okay? You show the tape from last year. This is where they kicked on you guys. That's on you. That's what he and the staff told them. All this coaching, getting the schemes together, what it comes down to, are you tough enough to match up with the toughest team that we've played so far, and that's Kansas State.
Third down and 4 at the 48. Ash will line up in the gun with Malcolm Brown. To throw, underneath, caught, Goodwin, first down UT. Marquise Goodwin, the junior, came into this game with 14 receptions, and he'll pick up 6 yards on this play.
This was the same pass that David Ash threw behind Goodwin that was tipped up in the air for the interception that led to three points for Kansas State. That time, he stays in the pocket, throws a strike right between the 8 and the 4 of Marquise Goodwin to pick up the first down.
So David Ash starting to find a rhythm, especially with his short passes. First down and 10 of the 38 of Kansas State for Texas. Ryan Robertson and Bergeron in the backfield. Here's Bergeron running left. And Bergeron, his forward progress will get him to the 34.
Well, Oregon's going to be number 2. They're going to have to earn it, aren't they?
No doubt about it. Bergeron again. And Bergeron gets close to the 30-yard line. And looking at Malcolm Brown and Bergeron, I mean, Texas has their own version of thump and bump. 2 big, strong, physical, young running backs.
And I think they're going to go Wildcat again. I saw Ash come off the field. Malcolm Brown comes on the field, replacing Fozzie Whitaker as the Wildcat back.
DJ Monroe in the game as well. And they hand it off. Around the corner is DJ Monroe. And he goes out of bounds. about 4 yards short of the first down.
Nice play by the defensive end, Jordan Volker. He's on a stand-up spot, but watch how he goes and sets the edge and pushes the play deeper. He doesn't make the tackle, but he makes Monroe bow to the outside, which allows Nigel Malone, who does a nice job playing off the block of Miles Onyebule, to make the tackle.
So Justin Tucker comes in to attempt a field goal. Gets it up. And good, 48 yards. And Texas on the board. 10-12 to play in the second quarter. Justin Tucker nails it. Pretty much our score tied at 3 with 10-12 to play. Collin Klein getting patched up on the Kansas State sideline.
They count on him as a runner. They need him to be an effective passer, which he has not been so far. That doesn't help. That's his throwing elbow that they're patching up. And so far, Texas has done a nice job clogging the running lanes against Kansas State. Nowhere for Collin Klein to go.
Klein, 1 of 6 for -3 yards passing. As the Longhorns send it away, Jermaine Thompson, Chris Harper back deep. It's Thompson bringing it out of the end zone. Gets to the 20, still running. Thompson, terrific return as he brings it out of the end zone and gets close to the 40-yard line. Justin Tucker had to make the tackle himself. Hubert in the backfield with Klein. Thompson in motion. Klein rolling out of the pocket. And he'll go out of bounds, gaining 2 yards. Vaccaro in pursuit, along with Jordan Hicks.
Bill Snyder trying to find a way to shake free his quarterback. The quarterback run game not effective thus far. The passing game has been abysmal. So he tries to get him on the edge with a run-pass option. Texas closed it down in the passing game and gave him nowhere to turn upfield in running it.
9 carries, 9 yards for Klein. 2nd and 8 at the 48. This Texas defense playing at warp speed in the first half. Klein pulls it down. Klein stumbles forward and gets to the 46. But the pressure coming once again.
Gus, earlier in the game, you talked about the number of hits that Collin Klein has taken throughout the year and how beat up he can be. I'm wondering if he's a little more beat up than we actually know by the way they're calling this football game. Because normally Kansas State presses the run and continues to do things with him. Tonight, they seem to be avoiding him running the football with the same aggressiveness they've shown all year.
He's their leading rusher coming into this game with over 1,200 yards rushing on the season and 24 touchdowns. 3rd and 7 at the 47. Here comes the blitz. K-State picks it up. No! Whoa! Keenan Robinson. Heat in the kitchen. 3rd sack of the first half for UT.
All passing lanes taken away. So Keenan Robinson on the delayed blitz lines up, sees it, gap opens, and he puts Collin Klein down with another big hit. Exactly as Manny Diaz asked for. When you have a chance to tackle the quarterback, put it on him.
5th punt of the first half for Kansas State. Dorr at the 29, and he's been doing a wonderful job. This one inside the 20 for Quandre Diggs. Malcolm Brown. First down, Texas. Now you're seeing ground and pound for the Longhorns. Hartman with the tackle, but it's a 14-yard gain, longest gain of the day for UT.
Coming right at you. Look at Cody Johnson, number 11, is the lead blocker, clearing the hole for Malcolm Brown. Gives Texas some momentum, but let's be fair about what we're seeing in the first half, too. As well as Texas is playing on defense, Kansas State has only given up 3 points also. They're making it difficult on the Horns to move the ball.
First down and 10 at the 32. Goodwin in motion. Play action. They're going for everything. Davis open. Incomplete. Nigel Malone, one of the best corners in all of college football standing on the play.
Looked to me like the body control out wide here. Here's the shot, Davis and Malone. Now watch the body control of number 24, Malone. Let's see if he gets there early.
Oh, he got his hands
Yes, he got his hands involved, and that's what the fans are upset about. Actually had the upfield arm grabbed, and what was nice for him was it was hidden away from the official.
Smart kid.
Yes, he is, and his junior college coach, George Rush, said that's the #1 thing about him is how intelligent a player he is. Got away with one there.
He's third in the nation in interceptions with 7. Broken play here. Ash decides to run it, and Ash gets to the 40. David Ash makes chicken salad. Alan Chapman comes up with the tackle, a gain of 7.
On a broken play for the quarterback, if the running back's not where he's supposed to be or where he thinks he is, you go where the hole is. And that's exactly what David Ash did. He realized his running back wasn't there for the play called, but he knew how it was supposed to be blocked, and he went to that side. Very intelligent play by the freshman.
Third down and 3 at the 39. Both these teams playing so hard in this first half. On senior night in Austin, Ash wants a throw. Spins, dives forward, crawls forward. And let's see where they spot it. Volker with first contact.
Think he's going to be a little short.
And Texas may go for it, folks. They're going for it. Ash short. 4th down.
And this tells you how Mack Brown thinks his defense is playing tonight. Because ordinarily, you go ahead and punt it in this situation.
4th down and 1.
And now you do punt it.
A false start by number 56 of the offense. It's a 5-yard penalty, and it's still 4th down.
That's Trey Allen, who's starting at left tackle for Josh Cochran.
And they actually moved him inside to guard on this play. And he jumped in going inside. Trey Allen had been a starter at left tackle, lost his job after the Oklahoma game, got it back to start this evening.
In a field position game this evening, folks. High spiraling kick. Thompson comes up, lost it. Loose. Who's got it? And a flag on the play.
We're going to have kick-catch interference, I believe, against Texas. Never had a real good chance to catch the football.
Kick-catch interference by the kicking team. The 15-yard penalty, and it's 1st down.
How much room are you supposed to give him?
He's got to be able to catch the football. And what happened there, it looked to me like Tremaine Thompson actually pushed off initially to clear some room for himself, and then the ball came through. I think what the officials saw was the play where Tremaine Thompson's arm came out and said that they were not involved, said they were too close.
Major Applewhite is fired up, and I agree with him. Alex Zumberge gave him space. That looked like a clean muff. Kansas State catches a break. 1st down to the 46. And a handoff to Hubert. And he'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I thought Tremaine Thomas cleared space himself and actually got the penalty in his favor.
Russell, athletic game summary. Ash struggling early.
A little inaccurate early, led to the interception by Emmanuel Lamore, and that led to a field goal for Kansas State. But the rush defense for Kansas State's been good all year. They've made it tough on Texas. They held them to a field goal also.
2nd down and 10 at the 46. Out of the gun, Klein goes through his progressions underneath. Terrific grab by Chris Harper. All hands, and that's an 11-yard pickup.
Coach Brew talked earlier about the Texas receivers needing to help out David Ash. That's an example of the Kansas State receivers helping out their struggling quarterback, Collin Klein, with a big-time catch by Chris Harper.
First completion for Klein since the first drive of the game. Russell athletic, 1st and 10 line. Now Klein. And he goes forward and gets to the 40. Keenan Robinson with the tackle.
Crowd not letting go the kick-catch interference call that went against the Horns, trying to back their defense a little bit. Very unhappy that Kansas State has the football.
2nd down and 7 at the 40. 20 and counting. Klein steps back, looking, sacked again. 4th of the night. Keyston Randall dropping Collin Klein.
The big senior look in the middle of this pit.
30-second timeout.
Keyston Randall pushing the pocket, gets right into the face and allows Jeffcoat to get there also from the backside. Why were they able to do so? Look at the coverage downfield. Where do you go with the football if you're Collin Klein? Cover, 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 cover. Nowhere to go with it. Texas's defensive backs on the case.
Texas defense coming up with 4 sacks. 1:05 to go. 3rd down and 14. Kansas State needs to go to the Texas 33-yard line.
Look at Texas's defense changing their looks to try and confuse the blocking scheme.
Klein in trouble. Sideline. Nice throw and catch by Sheldon Smith. Collin Klein staying in the pocket until the very end, gain of 24.
He's not supposed to be able to do this. Sheldon Smith all the way to the outside, starts inside and runs a corner route. The ball, get to him, gets the foot down, but he's bobbling it going out of bounds. If I'm Texas, I want another look to be sure that he actually completed that catch.
And they will take another look.
Because I think this is coming back. I don't think he had control going out of bounds with the foot down. That ball is bobbling in his hands. I don't think there's complete control.
The previous play is not challenged, but Texas is charged with a timeout.
So the catch stands. Good call.
No, I mean, I don't mean it that way.
No, I know exactly what you mean, because
it's almost unbearable now. Everything
under review
is under suspicion.
But that play, let's talk about how good the play was.
Very good.
Right? Collin Klein in the pocket has struggled all night throwing the football. All right? Well documented. He stood in there like a champ and fired a strike. Best looking ball he's thrown all night. And Sheldon Smith with the wherewithal to get a foot down on the catch. That's big league on both ends.
You're right. A gain of 24, longest of the day for either team. Klein underneath now. And Klein finds Sheldon Smith once again. Kenny Vaccaro drops him with 47 seconds remaining. Kansas State has 1 timeout left.
Kansas State receivers catching the ball and absorbing the contact downfield and holding on.
2nd down and 4 at the 17. They give it to Hubert. Oh, and he's brought down. Tried to hop through the hole, but Ashton Dorsey, the sophomore from Tyler, comes up with the tackle. This D-line has done a really nice job.
They've done an excellent job being able to cut down the running lanes of Collin Klein, Okafor and Jeffcoat on the outside, Howell, Keyston Randall, Ashton Dorsey rotating in, Chris Whaley rotating in. They've done an excellent job all night long.
3rd and 3 at the 14. Crowd getting into it. Klein, sideline, touchdown! Back shoulder throw, Chris Harper makes the grab. And Kansas State puts 6 on the board.
We have not said it all night. I'm going to say it now. This was a Tebow-esque drive. Why? He struggled all night throwing the football. No accuracy, no touch, no feel. On this drive, how about the last 3 throws? All of them in the right spot, on the money, in perfect position. Well done, Chris Harper turning around a former quarterback and taking it in for a touchdown. A wonderful drive by Kansas State, aided by a questionable call by the officials.
So Kansas State adds the extra point, 8-play, 54-yard drive. All right, so that's the end of the first half as Kansas State heads into the locker room with a 10-3 lead. Here's a stat for you folks. Kansas State is 147-5, 97% over the last 21 years when leading at halftime. 5-0 last year, 5-0 so far this season. Let's go down to Tim Brewster with Coach Snyder.
Coach, offensively, you struggled mightily in the first half, finished it with a great drive right there. What do you got to do to finish offensively?
Well, we're going to have to run the ball. We got 3 yards of rushing offense. So some of that is with sacks, but we're just not moving the ball on offense, run or pass, either one. If we don't have some offense, we'll be in some big trouble.
What do you got to do to finish with a W, Coach?
Just what I said. We got to have some offense.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Halftime in Austin, Kansas State 10, Texas 3. We'll send you to Kevin Frazier and Marcus Allen in Los Angeles for the Geico halftime show after these messages. Welcome back to Austin. Halftime score, Kansas State 10, Texas 3. Gus Johnson along with Charles Davis. That was an exciting defensive first half, although only 155 combined yards for both teams.
And Texas's defense provided the bigger plays in the first half, the sacks, the highlight plays. But Kansas State's defense still held Texas to just 3 points and then capitalized on their own after they got a questionable call that went in their favor.
Klein, as you mentioned, Tim Tebow-esque in terms of just getting it done when the Wildcats need him most. Tremaine Thompson back deep. Tucker, line drive. Thompson will take a knee. Now let's go downstairs to Tim Brewster.
Thank you, Gus. Talking to Mack Brown at the half, he wants to stay patient with the inside runs. They've got to be able to continue to run the football inside the tackles. Ash is going to have to hit some deep play action shots. They're going to have to throw. They're going to have to catch the ball. Defense has been outstanding. On the other side, Bill Snyder, predictable. Run the ball with Klein. They're going to have to get Klein off in the running game. Stay out of 3rd and long. That's going to be critical, Gus.
All right, thank you very much. So Klein, as you take a look at the total numbers, will start at the 20. And the handoff. Thompson trying to get outside, and he doesn't do it. Jackson Jeffcoat, who's been playing really well in this game, comes up with the tackle.
And I'll bet at the half that Mack Brown said to his team and his defense, you're playing awfully well. But I'm going to nitpick a little bit. We got a questionable call against us, but you still let Kansas State drive it downfield and score a touchdown. Adversity, you have to handle it.
2nd down and 8 at the 22. Klein over the middle. And it's called Macaro tackling Travis Tannehill, the junior tight end.
Earlier in the game, Coach Brew talked about the Texas receivers. Can they help out their young quarterback, David Ash? I really thought the first catch of the night by Chris Harper for Kansas State helped get them going in the passing game and helped out his quarterback who was struggling.
3rd down and 2 at the 28, opening drive of the second half for K-State. Klein runs it himself. Klein will not get it. Great pursuit by the Texas defense, led by senior Blake Gideon.
Watch Collin Klein as he moves to his left. He's going to move this way, but watch the pursuit coming back here. It closes down his run lane as he starts to spin. See, as he tries to spin back inside, look at that. Right there, they're there to put him down.
So Dorr sends it away. High wobbly kick. Fair caught at the 30, and how about that? Texas fans are not happy with the call in the first half.
They wanted the call going their way.
1st down and 10, Texas at the 30. Malcolm Brown runs it left. And Brown will gain a yard and a half. Arthur Brown. And this is why the Texas fans were brewing after the last play.
This was the first half. Tremaine Thompson calling fair catch. And right there, a nice job by Alex Zumberg, number 48, backing off. And then here, they don't make the call against Matthew Pearson. Frankly, they got the first one wrong and the second one right. But that doesn't help make up for it as far as the Texas fans are concerned.
Kansas State scoring the touchdown on that drive for Kansas State. Ash picked off. Wow! Ty Zimmerman. And Ty Zimmerman gets it to the Texas 37-yard line, a 25-yard return. DJ Grant with the tackle.
Ty Zimmerman's 3rd interception in his last 2 games against Texas. He had 2 last year. And on this throw with David Ash getting some pressure in his face, probably was best suited to either throw it over the sideline out of bounds or tuck it down, because on initial view, I'm not sure where he's going with the football. Appears he's trying to go to DJ Grant, number 18, and overshoots in a big way.
Kansas State playing with the short field at the Texas 37. And the handoff. And this is Hubert. He dives forward and gets to the 30. Carrington Bindum with the tackle. 2 interceptions by David Ash. 1 in the first quarter and 1 at the beginning of the third quarter now. Kansas State with it at the 31, 2nd and 4. Hubert with running room. And he'll get out of bounds at the 20. Bindum there to usher him out of bounds after a gain of 12.
And the Texas defense, which has been so stout, now we're starting to find creases. Watch Hubert coming through. Picks it up right there. Look at that, right up front, number 50, Nick Pitts. And then on the side, number 70, Zach Hansen. And then he gets a block downfield from Chris Harper.
First down and 10 to the 19. Wilson and Hubert in the backfield. Klein, outside running. Oh, beautiful open field tackle by Jeffcoat. And there's a new right-hander warming up in the bullpen. It looks as if Case McCoy will get an opportunity to get into the ball game.
We talked with Brian Harsin, the offensive coordinator. Would you make a change? And he said if things aren't going the way we need them to, we may have to go for a spark with Case McCoy.
And things aren't going the way they need them to. 2nd and 12. At the 21. Klein, shovel pass, Hubert. And Hubert brought down by Keenan Robinson.
Kansas State starting to find a little more room to run their offense. On the shovel pass inside, Keenan Robinson, number 1, has to fight off the block and make the tackle. Fighting off the block of Nick Pitts, number 50.
3rd down and 8 at the 17. Kansas State 2 of 10 on 3rd down conversion. Here comes the blitz. Kansas State picks it up. Klein in the end zone. Incomplete and a flag on the play. Chris Harper, the intended receiver. And this may be pass interference against Bindum.
Original play broke down.
Pass interference by number 23 of the defense. It's a 15-yard penalty, and it's an automatic first down.
Top of your screen, working one-on-one. Chris Harper running the corner route. Bindum clutching and grabbing on him the entire way, right in front of the officials. Easy call for the officials as Harper gained the advantage, and Klein bought a little extra time in the pocket to deliver it downfield.
So now the football is placed at the Texas 2. First down and goal. Hubert. The lone setback. Klein likes to run it down here. Option. Klein takes it and gets gobbled up. Alex Okafor.
This is heavy run for Kansas State. All tendencies are inside the 5 to run it, but watch Okafor, number 80. Has to make the play off of the block. Ends up playing off of 2, really. Goes through the tight end, McDonald, 18, and the offensive tackle, Offner, 75, and makes the play.
2nd and goal. A loss of a yard on the last play. At the 3. Wilson and Hubert line up in the offset eye. Klein, option again. Nothing. Gideon jumping in the backfield, raking at the football. And he almost knocked that one loose.
Good pickup there partner. You saw it the whole way, didn't you? Gideon coming through, and as he's making the tackle, look at him raking at it, trying to strip the football out and create a big play.
3rd down and goal at the 3. Big win for Texas if they can keep them out of the end zone.
They want to throw the ball. Harper's their primary go-to guy at the top.
Klein. Looking. Klein. Touchdown. Kansas State. 25th rushing touchdown of the year for Collin Klein.
Little zone read, quarterback read, but look what he does. He runs with his running back to determine whether he should give it to him or not. Just a little extra wrinkle on it. He stays with him on the ride by running a few steps, sees the hole, pulls it down, and barrels in for the score.
Kansas State, after the turnover, going on a 7-play, 37-yard drive. Extra point up and good. Wildcats eat up 3:49. 2 turnovers by Texas, and it's cost them. Zimmerman plucking it out of the air. And then the ground and pound by the big quarterback. 17-3 KSU. Ty Zimmerman on the left coming up with the interception. Klein cashes in with the 3-yard touchdown run. Kansas State has 86 yards in total offense. Texas has 111, but the Wildcats have scored 10 points off 2 turnovers. Diggs and Monroe. This will be Quandre Diggs. And Diggs trying to sniff his way up toward the 20-yard line. So a new quarterback in the game for UT. Case McCoy will get his shot right after this. So Case McCoy, 6'2", 200-pound sophomore, enters the game last week against Mizzou, 3 of 7, 13 yards. And on the season, he's completed 65% of his passes for close to 500 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions from the 19. They'll hand it off. Bergeron. And Bergeron will gain a couple. And let's show you why he's in. David Ash struggling mightily.
Right from the beginning of the game, they planned to give him some easy throws to get his confidence up, but he missed many of them. And even after he started to settle in for a while, got a few completions, he reverted and finished off with a bad interception thrown to Ty Zimmerman, which led to the last touchdown for Kansas State.
So Ash pulled for McCoy. 2nd and 8 at the 21. And McCoy hands it off around the corner. Nice run, Goodwin down the sideline. And he'll get close to midfield. Tyson Hartman knocking him out of bounds.
Coming across your screen is Marquise Goodwin, number 84, this jet sweep that we've seen a few times tonight. Good block at the point of attack on the corner, Garrett, which allowed him to get to the corner and turn it upfield.
Case's best game this season, 12 of 15 early in the year, 168 yards against UCLA, 2 touchdowns, no picks. In his career, he has not thrown an interception at Texas. 64 attempts to this date, 3 shy of tying Chris Sims for the 10th longest such streak in Texas history. Fires, caught, Goodwin stumbles and is chopped down. Nice open field tackle by Malone. And for Case McCoy, you know, Charles, after Garrett Gilbert went down against BYU to a shoulder injury, the primary responsibility initially fell on Colt McCoy's little brother. But David Ash supplanted him as the starter based on Ash's ability to run and basically his physicality.
They thought he's a much better athlete, thought he could make a few more throws than Case McCoy.
Hills. And he'll crawl forward. Hills getting to the Kansas State 45.
All during this evening, as we've watched Texas try to move the ball on offense, it feels to me like on every drive, they get a semi-explosive play. A 10-yard run here, breakthrough, starting to look good, and then Kansas State's defense shuts them down again. Texas's defense has had the splashier plays, but Kansas State has really shut down Texas overall in this game.
3rd down and 5 of the 46. McCoy may have to let this one fly. Over the middle, caught, great throw. And are they going to call it a catch? Yes, Mike Davis held on long enough. Nice, sharp throw by McCoy.
And the difference was the anticipation and cutting it loose. Just turned it loose, they call it a catch, and then a fumble, and Mike Davis recovers the fumble of his own.
So Case McCoy completing a big 3rd and 5. He gets 10 as he comes in the game here in the 3rd after David Ash was pulled. Coach Mack Brown told us something yesterday. He said you can see it in their eyes if they have it. And you know what it is when you see it. Does Case McCoy have it? We'll see. First down and 10 at the 36. McCoy fires, caught, it! Blade Irby, touchdown, Texas, 36 yards.
Watch the motion in the backfield. There's a lot going on. Fake to Marquise Goodwin. Cody Johns comes out, a fake to Jeremy Hills, and that allowed Irby at tight end to sneak out. No one sees him until too late. Zimmerman gives chase. McCoy puts it on him. Texas in the end zone.
3:43 to go, 3rd quarter. Extra point up and good. Case McCoy, the little brother. They took it from him early. Now he's got a chance to get it back. And he's off to a great start. Down by 7. Irby on senior night with the big touchdown. 6-play drive, 81 yards. How about Case McCoy? He comes in 3 of 3, 49 yards on the drive. Ash was 7 of 16, 39 yards.
And 2 guys with something to prove on that drive. Case McCoy off the bench, and Blaine Irby with that tremendous recovery from a knee injury where they told him he would never play football again.
Now, the Texas defense rested, will be ready for bear. Tremaine Thompson. And Thompson following his blocks and goes down at the 21. And that takes us to the end of the 3rd quarter. 17-10, Kansas State. Back after this. And welcome back as we start the 4th quarter. 17-10 the score.
Kansas State loves close games. We saw the graphic. 6 of the 8 wins by 7 points or less.
First down and 10 of the 16. And Klein dragged down Okafor. What a game. This junior has been sensational this afternoon. What are the Longhorns doing on defense, Coach Brewster?
Gus, they are loading the box with 9 defenders. At the snap of the ball, there's 9 guys within 6 yards of the line of scrimmage. They're run down blitzing. They're going to have to throw the ball on 1st and 2nd down to have a chance.
And when you take a look in there, look at how many people are stacked close to the line of scrimmage, just as you described, Coach. Everyone up there. They've got 10 literally in the box right now. 2nd
down and 10 of the 16. Klein, play fake, rolling, in trouble, fires, incomplete. Throws his man to the football, Travis Tannehill. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 at the 16-yard line.
All right, take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the box for Texas before that last snap.
3rd down and 10. Kansas State 0 for 3 on conversions in the 2nd half. Klein in the gun. Over the middle. Screen. Hubert looking. Hubert. Close to the 1st down. Forward lean, and he may have gotten it.
He got it. He earned it with great effort because he was tackled short of the 1st down and kept driving.
So on 3rd and 10, they get 11.
Look at Hubert, because there's the tackle. 3, 4 guys. He continues to drive and work his way free. 5'7", 185 pounds of fury picks up the first down.
First down and 10 to the 27. Breathing room now for Kansas State. Klein, pump fake. Steps up in the pocket. Gets outside. Picks up a first down and tiptoes out of bounds at about the 44, a 16-yard gain.
Always the worry when you rush a quarterback who can move. They've been using Keenan Robinson as a spy. He ends up going into pass coverage, vacates. Collin Klein goes into the open area and picks up a first down with his feet.
First down and 10 to the 42. Hubert. And he'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. As a matter of fact, he may have lost a couple of yards on the play.
This drive may have a long way to go. It may not. But the poise of Kansas State continues to impress me. And here's why. Texas had Old Mo going their way. They end up holding them on a 3rd and 5, making them punt the ball away. And now the offense trying their best to give their defense some rest despite the 7 3-and-outs this game, so many this game.
2nd and 10. Klein, shovel pass, Hubert gets outside, spins, dives forward, and he will be tackled by Acho at midfield after an 8-yard gain.
See, worst case scenario now for Kansas State is that they're flipping the field position. They've gotten out from their hole back deep. Del Miller, the co-offensive coordinator, and Dana Dimmel, both of them coordinating the offense, but Bill Snyder calls this offense and giving the defense a chance to breathe.
3rd down and 2 at midfield. For Kansas State, this is generally Collin Klein running time. And he'll run it. Oh, look at that Texas D. They push him back and say nothing doing. Okafor leading the way. K-State will punt it again. A loss of 3 on 3rd down and 2.
The Texas defense loads up front, gives him no running lanes. They're going to try and bang it inside. Look at how they changed the line of scrimmage, pushed the front wall back of Kansas State. Collin Klein had no chance. So that brings on the punter, who needs another good one.
Ryan Dorr has been excellent. His 8th punt from the 33. Quandre Diggs would like to get a chance to return this one, but Dorr hangs it high in the air. Diggs, and the fair catch made at the 12. A 41-yard punt, but great hang time by Ryan Dorr. Ace McCoy get another shot, down by 7. Last time Brian Harsin, the co-offensive coordinator, along with Major Applewhite, who calls the plays, had the ball, they had a 3rd down 5 in midfield. Their quarterback was 4-4, had just thrown a touchdown, and they elected to run it. Now, Texas gets it. Instead of having good field position, they're at their own 13, down by 7.
Texas played a field position game, and Kansas State flipped the script on them by moving the ball and then punting it deep on Texas.
Case McCoy in for David Ash. 4 for 4. Here's a handoff, Bergeron. And Bergeron doesn't go too far. He gets 2 on the play. Charles, I don't know. I mean,
see,
Harsin's going to have to let Case McCoy throw the ball.
And I think this is the down to throw it, because you've got to get it to 3rd and manageable at worst case scenario. You don't want to be 3rd and long in this situation. Would not be surprised to see him throw it here to try and create that 3rd and 4 or less.
Trips at the top of your screen. McCoy over the middle. Caught nicely done. Mike Davis picks up a first down. Case McCoy with an intensity in his eyes. as he completes this one to Mike Davis.
Number 1 to the right of your screen, just runs a little inside route, and McCoy puts it right on him, and Davis does a nice job of turning and getting straight upfield and getting all he can out of that play.
Remember, McCoy has not thrown an interception in his career at Texas. Only a sophomore. 3rd down and 1. They didn't get that 1st down. And here's Johnson. Now he will! Watch out! Look at the big fella! Rumbling at the 40. Still on his feet. Down at the 22. Malone with the saving tackle. Senior Cody Johnson picking him up and putting him down.
They go Wildcat, but look at how many people are up close to the line of scrimmage for Kansas State. So if it does pop, there's no one back deep. And it does. Blocked very well by Texas, and Johnson has lots of room to rumble.
A 55-yard run. 1st down and 10 at the Kansas State 23. Now Malcolm Brown to the Wildcat. Brown runs it. And Malcolm Brown gets inside the 20. 6:50 to play in the 4th quarter. Texas with 3 timeouts. Look at the rushing yards. 181 for UT.
Did that last play look familiar to you? Remember Texas Tech? Fozzie Whitaker in the Wild Foz, faking it, going to the power side. Same play, different person running it.
Now McCoy, Whitaker lost for the season last week against Missouri to a knee injury. 2nd and 6. Bergeron, 1st down, Texas. Zimmerman with the tackle, but look at that UT O-line. They are firing off the ball now.
Just look at these guys going up front. At number 82, Luke Pellman, he's a tight end number, but he's an offensive lineman by trade. They bring him in their power sets, and that creates a big hole with Mason Walters, 72, Trey Hopkins, 75 on the right side.
6 minutes to play. 1st down and 10 at the 11. Malcolm Brown in the backfield, they give it to him. And Brown, a yard on the play. Texas has completed just 42% of its passes in the red zone this season, 11 of 26. That's the worst mark in the Big 12. And Case McCoy wants to change that tonight.
And the way he's throwing the football, he's got an opportunity to do so. And to me, this is, again, a throwing down on 2nd and 9. Look at the clock, 5:30 and ticking. Texas can't count on being down here again. I'm thinking Mack Brown might be thinking about 4-down territory if they get a good game.
2nd and 9. Goodwin in the slot at the top. Davis all at the wide receiver spot, and now Cody Johnson stumbles. So that brings up a big 3rd down and 8. At the 9-yard line, Mack Brown, what's going through his mind? He is deep in thought, in communication with his coaches. His quarterback, Case McCoy, has been terrific. He's 5 of 5, 57 yards. So let's set up the formation. Hales at the top of your screen. Davis at the bottom. Looks like he's in one-on-one coverage. McCoy looks that way. Throws it in the corner. Incomplete. DJ Grant, the intended receiver.
They had what they wanted, but for whatever reason, DJ Grant, number 18, doesn't get to the back of the end zone in the timing because they run the 2 receivers to the top short to pull the coverage up. And then Grant crossing behind might have gone a step or 2 too deep before making his cut to the sideline.
So Justin Tucker comes in to attempt a 26-yard field goal. Do you agree with this?
Yes, because they've got to get something out of this. And with the defense playing as well as they are, that's too long of a down and distance to try and get it here.
And the field goal up and good. 4:27 to go, 4th quarter. 17-13 Kansas State. The Texas defense has been excellent. Can they step up in the biggest moment of the game? We'll see after this. As the Texas defense will come back on the field. Kansas State ready to receive it. And Klein will come back into the game. Tremaine Thompson, Chris Harper ready to return it.
Tucker.
This one will be returned. Inside the 10, Thompson down the sideline and is knocked out of bounds. What a weekend of college football. Wow. First down and 10 at the 35 for Klein. And he runs it. Straight ahead, he'll hop forward and pick up 2. Clock still running. Texas has 3 timeouts left. Kansas State with 2.
And count on Kansas State to milk as much clock as absolutely possible here. With the way Collin Klein throws, being as inconsistent as he is, I would guess Bill Snyder wants the ball on the ground way more than he wants to throw it. He wants that clock moving with the lead.
Wildcats not in a rush. 2nd and 7 at the 38. Klein again. And he's dropped at the line of scrimmage. Acho. The senior from Dallas. And that's a no-gainer. Brings up 3rd and 7 at the 38. Big decision for Kansas State. Do they go for the first down and throw it and risk an incomplete pass that will stop the clock?
I think he runs it again here. Texas has to keep this from a first down, otherwise it becomes a timeout game.
Remember, Kansas State has a punter that's been doing an excellent job. Klein to throw. Klein scrambling. Oh, he's going to take a big loss. A loss of 5 to the 29. But he goes down. Jackson Jeffcoat, first man to him.
Texas takes a timeout now to conserve time on the clock. Have to admit, this is a surprise to me that they want to throw the football here with Collin Klein, and then he compounds it with no one there. Doesn't get rid of the football to at least save the yardage. Big advantage to Texas with the stop, the sack. They get the timeout now and are going to get the football back.
Punting from the 15. Quandre Diggs back at the 25. Texas has got close to blocking. Dorr drives it. Not as high. Diggs at the 30. Oh, Diggs down the sideline. Cuts it back. Quandre Diggs gets to the 39-yard line. Dorr makes a saving tackle. A 44-yard punt and a 34-yard return.
And look where it gets set up, and he gets to the sideline, stays in bounds, makes his cut right there on the sideline. They determined it, because I have not seen anyone say he stepped out there. He gets all of the return, and a big one for Texas in business in Kansas State territory.
2 timeouts remaining for Texas. DJ Monroe in the backfield. McCoy underneath, incomplete. Intended for Mike Davis.
And this is going to be a drive where Case McCoy and his receivers are going to have some connections. I don't think Texas can run it down the field and drive it into the end zone against Kansas State exclusively. He's going to have to make some throws. They're going to have to catch it to try and create some first downs and move it.
2nd down and 10. McCoy in the gun. Jeremy Hills in the backfield. McCoy, play action, down the seam. Incomplete. Davis, the intended receiver. Dangerous pass for Case McCoy.
Watch Davis, number 1, with Goodwin trailing behind him. Davis gets into the middle and up the seam, and the ball's delivered, but it's way too high. No opportunity for Mike Davis to make a catch on that play. Fortunate that it goes through Tyson Hartman, number 2.
McCoy has missed his last 3. 3rd down 10 at the 49. McCoy in trouble. Dumps it out of bounds. And now Mack Brown has a decision to make on 4th down and 10.
I don't think there's much of a decision here. 17-13, 2:24 to go. Not likely to get the ball back the way Kansas State runs things. It makes it very difficult, even with the timeout. Got to go for it here.
So on 4th down and 10, at the 49, they send trips to the top of your screen. McCoy in the gun. Davis at the bottom. McCoy steps up. In trouble, and he's sacked. Great job by Kansas State. Adam Davis. And Texas turns it over on down.
And Kansas State came into the game number 117 out of 120 teams in Division 1A in pass defense. On this play, it was a coverage sack. Nowhere to go with the football. Persistence from the defensive front. Adam Davis putting him down to finish things off for Kansas State. A gutsy performance by the Kansas State defense, which has been under siege for most of the second half.
First sack of the night for Kansas State. 2:18 to go. And now the Wildcats take over at the Texas 46. Klein runs it. And Klein picks up a yard. Keenan Robinson with the tackle.
Want to see how Texas is going to manipulate their timeouts on defense now as the clock ticks down. It's not done yet. If they can go ahead and hold them here, but I want to see how they want to use their timeouts, because you know Kansas State's going to use every second of the play clock before the ball is snapped.
Kansas State has defeated Texas 3 straight games. 1st and 10 line brought to you by Russell Athletics. 2nd and 9. High snap handled straight ahead, Hubert. And Hubert falls forward at the 37, an 8-yard gain. Coach Brew, your thoughts?
I would give the ball to Collin Klein right here. Right now, you don't want to risk a mesh problem, a handoff issue at all. I'd put him in the gun and run quarterback ISO or quarterback power with Collin Klein and go get the first down.
Klein has rushed 26 times, folks, for 4 yards. 3rd and 2. They hand it off to Hubert, and Hubert stumbles forward. Doesn't look like he got it. Keenan Robinson got an ankle. And Texas will call their final timeout. So Dorr will come on. He'll punt it from the 42. 10th punt of the game for Ryan Dorr. And it looks like the Longhorns are going to go after this one. Nobody deep, and they won't get to him. And it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So with 1:16 to go. Kansas State with a 17-13 lead. No timeouts left for Case McCoy. 1:16 to go at his own 20. And that one incomplete. Intended for Davis. Malone covering. 2nd and 10.
And remember, they need a touchdown. And the corners of Kansas State feel pretty comfortable snugging up with these receivers against Texas. You didn't see a lot of space there as Malone drove on the football.
Second and 10. McCoy steps up in the pocket, runs it. dives forward and crosses the 25 up to the 26.5. Shaq Williams with the tackle. Longhorns quickly to the line of scrimmage. 55 seconds to go. McCoy underneath. Mike Davis with the catch. First down. Clock will stop until the ball is placed with 48 seconds to go.
The corners of Kansas State are sitting about 7-8 yards and not really retreating, trying to play the receivers.
McCoy in trouble to the sideline. Caught. And they get out of bounds. Hales. A gain of 5, 38 seconds to go.
Smart play by Deshaun Hales getting out of bounds and saving clock. But at some point, Texas has to drive the football downfield. Kansas State will give up all that they want and let the clock bleed out if they throw it short and make the play.
Second down and 5 at the 38. McCoy over the middle. Oh, nice catch at midfield. Onyebule with the grab. A gain of 12, 30 seconds. McCoy flushed, fires, incomplete. And the clock stops at 24 seconds.
Had a shot there with Hales crossing in the middle of the field. McCoy couldn't get his feet set and didn't have enough arm to get it there.
No timeouts for Texas. They need a touchdown. 2nd and 10. Case McCoy. Drops back. Goes for the home run. Oh! Davis.
And this is one that they wish they could have back because Nigel Malone made a mistake, came underneath to try and undercut the route and stopped his feet and allowed Mike Davis to get behind him. Texas had the big play and were unable to connect.
17 seconds. 3rd down and 10. Davis lines up at the top of your screen. The track star Goodwin is all the way at the bottom. McCoy steps up, looking, and McCoy will take the loss. And I don't know if the Horns can get back to the line of scrimmage quick enough. 3 seconds. They snap it. Final play. McCoy, desperate. McCoy looking, and that's your ball game. Kansas State defeats Texas for the 4th straight time as the Wildcats win it 17-13.
And on the final play, understanding situations, Case McCoy scrambling around. At that point, you've got to find a way to set your feet and throw that ball as deep as you can to try and give a play. That's all you've got. Time's out. You knew the clock had run out. He tried to end up throwing it short and hoping. But that stage, find a way to set your feet and launch it. He'll learn. A sophomore who came in and sparked Texas and gave them an opportunity.
Kansas State improves their record to 9-2, 6-2 in the Big 12. Texas falls to 6-4, 3-4 in conference play. Here's Coach Brewster with Coach Snyder.
Thank you, Gus. Coach, hard-fought football game. Your thoughts?
Well, I'm not sure we deserved to win the ball game. I'm not very happy with the way we played offensively. I thought we did a tremendous job defensively, our coaches and our players. We let one go on the special teams when they got a punt return against us, and we just didn't play very well on offense. So we got a lot of work to do.
You put a great deal of pressure on Collin Klein, him running the football, and just talk a little bit about how he played.
Well, he's played better. He's had better ball games, but Texas had a lot to do with that. That wasn't him. It was as much as it was. We weren't very effective up front. We didn't block very well, quite obviously. And I don't know what we had rushing the football, but it was very minimal. I know that, whether it was him or anybody else. But You know, if we can't block people, then nobody's going to run the football. We didn't.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, Klein finishes 9 of 17, 83 yards passing with the touchdown. He rushed 26 times for 4 yards, was sacked 5 times, but Kansas State gets out of Austin with the win. Next Saturday, the FX Game of the Week is in Norman, Oklahoma, where the Iowa State Cyclones will take on the Oklahoma Sooners starting at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Coming up next after a commercial break, Kevin Frazier and Marcus Allen in the studio for the Russell Athletic postgame show. Exciting game, a defensive battle early, got a little crazy at the end. For Charles Davis, Tim Brewster, and our entire crew, I'm Gus Johnson saying so long from Austin, 17-13, K-State.